Guys, really just can't make this stuff up, man. It's really sad being a Browns fan. Again, my whole life, haven't really seen a winning culture for this fan base. But, I'm always going to be a person where it's like, winning is not everything to me. I know it seems counterintuitive. The Madden streams, me complaining, me yelling, me getting in the game, swearing, whatever. Like, oh, it's all about winning, right, Matt? Whatever. That's not what it's about. It's really about just being there for your team. And, for Madden football, really it's about going out there and competing, and I think really where it gets kind of like, okay, like just stop. Like it's kind of like that Madden moment where it's like you fumble twice or like you just can't make this stuff up, like for EA animations. For real life football, you can't make it up when Nick Chubb and Watson, and we have two tackles that are out now for a long time. Like, I mean, come on. Like, I don't really want you to feel that sorry for me because we're still 6-3. We still can make the playoffs. It's just now it's a long shot. Like, you go from like the number one defense, you still got a decent team. I like Amari Cooper. I really like Elijah Moore for a second receiver. That's kind of a steal from the Jets. But like, I don't mind our team, but when you lose your quarterback and your running back, you're like, all right, cool. But it's Nick Chubb. And then we lost Conklin, our right tackle, and our left tackle Wills for a little bit. Like, it's just not fair, dude. Like, it's just lame. Like, what am I supposed to say? Like, let's go. Next week we're gonna win. Oh, Steelers, we're gonna beat you, man. PJ Walker, Jerome. Like, we're gonna be optimistic. We're gonna be supportive of the Cleveland Browns, but we can't be delusional. Like, come on. Like, it probably is over. I'm not gonna give up on the Browns because I have no choice but not to, because I'm a diehard fan for them, right? But like any team, like I mean, you lose your quarterback, you lose your running back, and it's Nick Chubb and both offensive tackles. I mean, that's your offense. I mean, you put any quarterback back there. I mean, even take Philip Rivers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady from retirement, right? Which is not going to happen, but they would still probably suck because you have no running back. And like, I mean, Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt, they're decent, but it's not Nick Chubb. Like, and it's like you lose both tackles, there goes your, you're gonna get sacked more times than not. So it's like, dude, I mean, we'll run through the season right here, and this is why I think we still will make the playoffs. I think you need 10 wins for a top 7 seed. The AFC is pretty stacked, and honestly, you say that, but like the Bills are having a really bad year. The Chargers are having a really bad year. The Raiders are kind of frauds because they won 2 games, but they beat Zach Wilson and then they beat Daniel Jones. So like, I really don't know how I would feel about that. Plus, I could be wrong, but I think they were both at home. Okay, and I think last week was actually on the road, but still, the Raiders have no business with their coaching issues and with that rookie quarterback, whatever his name is. Okay, I just don't. It starts with the A, Aiden something or whatever. But like, dude, I don't see them going far. The Broncos could come from the grave, but it's still unlikely because you already have 5 losses. The Browns have 3 losses. So we have to lose 2 games just to be tied with them. So like, and then even then, Broncos still have to, win 2, whatever. I mean, they won 3 in a row, good for them. But like the AFC, I mean, it's not as stacked as we thought it was going to be, right? Pats are out of it. Jets without Aaron Rodgers. Bills are having a really bad year. Chargers again. Broncos with Sean Payton. Like, there's a lot of teams in the AFC that just, dude, they're just not, like, even Bengals supposed to be first place team. Now they're 5-4, like mid team, right? Like, I mean, they're a good team, but like they're performing at a mid level at 5-4 is kind of like an average record, right? So it's like the Browns at 6-3 to make the playoffs. I still think I like our odds. Yeah, we lost to Deshaun Watson, but I'm not going to be delusional. We're probably going to not go far. but we still have the best defense. Anything's possible. I mean, you beat the Niners, you beat the Colts with PJ Walker, you almost beat Seattle. Almost. I mean, that's still an accomplishment. Seattle is 6-3, and we almost beat them with still no Nick Chubb. And I mean, they're a decent team, Seattle. I mean, they're not top end, but they're a playoff team. So it's like it just shows you like we are right there. We can compete. We can compete. Am I gonna say Super Bowl? I mean, probably not. But I still think, you know, I still think we have a chance. The team is believing in Stefanski more. You win 2 in a row. Again, we really could have won 5 in a row. If we wins the Seattle game, now don't get me wrong, it's always what if, right? Because we could have lost the Colts, we could have lost the Niners, we could have lost the Ravens, right? Like, I'm not going to play the what if game, okay? But, like, dude, I think the Rams is winnable. Pittsburgh, whether you accept it or not, I still think it's winnable at home. So if we beat Pittsburgh, which I'm not going to say we're going to win because it's going to be a really tough game, but if we win and go 7-3, if I hear any shit, oh, the Browns suck, oh, we better get respected. We should already be respected. We beat the Niners, the Colts without, because Colts are not a bad team, dude. Like, they're not, okay? They're not the best team, but they can play football. Minshew has made some plays for that team, okay? And it's just like, dude, if we beat the Steelers and go 7-3, I think we are in a prime spot. You're 7-3. You have to just win 3 out of the next 7 at that point, right? So it's like, dude, wait, we have 4. We have 8 left, right? Yeah. So if we beat the Steelers and we have 7 wins, at that point, you better win 3 out of your last 7. If we lose versus Pittsburgh and we go 6-4, you need 10 wins. 10 wins is the magic number, in my opinion. If you have 10 wins and you don't get a top 7 seed, it's pretty bad luck. You should not need to go 11-6 to get a top 7 seed. With how competitive the NFL is every week, especially with the Broncos being the Bills, right? Like, no one gave them a shot. They won. So I don't really see a game on here that's like, oh my God, we're so screwed. We have no shot. One could argue the hardest game left is this game right here versus Pittsburgh. I swear to God. The Broncos and Rams, they're not easy, but they're winnable. They're winnable games. Those teams are not Super Bowl teams, okay? And because we have the number 1 defense, I think we have a shot in those games. Jaguars is tough. I will admit that one is up there for the top 3 hardest, but we're home. Texans, CJ Stroud's a dog. Jets, it depends if, is it Wilson? If it's Wilson, we should win. Rodgers, probably a loss. I mean, we'll see who plays at quarterback there. Bears better be a win. Bears is like one of the only games where it's like, you better win that game. The other ones really are, they're not impossible games. They're tough, but they're not impossible. We can win these games. If you win at the Ravens, we were 7-point underdogs. Like, come on, guys. Like, you can't just give up on this team. So that's how I feel about it. Like, it's kind of sad talking about it. Watson's out for the year, whatever. I know it's 2 years of his contract, just, right? But again, I'm still going to be optimistic. Number 1 defense in the league. You got to keep your head high. And I just think it's one of those things where it's like, you can't just give us no chance. Like, you got to at least respect the defense. Go out there. We have more Madden comments for my Madden fans out there. I'll see you guys in my stream and all that stuff. But that's how I feel. Because, I'm not going to sit there and talk about it on my stream for like 5 hours, okay? It's a video out there. How does Matt Kennedy feel about the Browns losing Watson? There it is with their own video and all that stuff. Like, it sucks, man. But at the same end, 6-3 is pretty effing good. Like, I would almost say we're favored at playoffs. It's just wild card now, probably not division. If we beat Pittsburgh though and we go 7-3, like why not go for division? Like I honestly think, and this is just God's honest truth, if we win the division without Nick Chubb and Watson, I would actually say that is the definition of 1 in a million. And again, you might say, Matt, they're not. Well, if we beat Pittsburgh, it's a big if, and we're 7-3. We just beat two good division rivals, Pittsburgh and the Ravens. We already beat Bengals week 1 for tiebreakers. Why can't we win division? We're 7-3. So it's like, and we have like good momentum winning 3 in a row. So that's my thought. We'll go from there. Take care. Peace.